tips and advice for kind of networking, why
Mm.
that's important. I suppose in terms of like starting out, to how that kind of how that is it different, or is it very much the same in terms of like running the business?
It's hard because I think your network is a really gradual. I mean, I'm only learning still like how you build that network and how you maintain it. Um, I think for a long time, our network was from the Royal College. That was like, and our friends and collaborators directly related to that. Um, and clients. I mean, less so now, but definitely for the first year or two, like almost all of our clients were related through like a friend of a friend or an old tutor or that kind of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So that was kind of the basis of our network was built through that. Obviously, from you can't live off that for forever. So I think we obviously then had to kind of like develop that, and I think there's a wide range of ways to do that, but I think it's a kind of like combined effort of keeping on top of showing the work that you're doing is like a really easy way, and people you can build these like weird Instagram relationships of like other people who are doing interesting things, and you kind of like see what they're doing and you've never met them in real life. um so I think it's like keeping up to date with the work that you're making on Instagram, sharing things. I never really used LinkedIn in the past, and I think the last couple of years I've got more on that because it's you see a different network of people who are doing things that, like perhaps less creative, more business driven,
Mm-hmm.
but it's still really interesting. So I think it's about like going to places, speaking to people, reaching out, but like not um reaching out doesn't mean you're like asking for an internship. It can also be asking for advice, and I think people are more open to kind of like having these conversations or like giving advice, even if it's over email or like a 15-minute phone call. And then you've spoken to that person and you've got like you've developed your network, you've like got that link there. Like buy someone lunch or something, I don't know. Like there's lots of different stuff that you can do that isn't like see my portfolio attached kind of thing.
Yeah.
um but it's not something that you can do in like a month. It's like a really gradual process.
Yeah. Yeah. No, totally. I think again, in terms of like where we're at right now, um, again, I don't think, I don't know about you, but that any of those principles really change. Obviously,
mm,
it's trickier to buy somebody lunch,
mm,
but you know, there's loads of like fun like ways that you can kind of get around that, and I've certainly been struck and heartened by how open and giving the creative industry has generally been in
mm,
the last month or so. It's been
yeah.
surprising how people who usually would be really, really tough to get hold of and really kind of
mm,
tough to catch their attention have been taking part in mentorship schemes,
yeah.
offering work for free
Yeah.
online. So I mean, I guess in one respect, it's almost like now is almost as bizarre and unpleasant as the situation is, it
mm,
does have opportunities within them. And if that's you know the chance for you to kind of make that, like you said, that kind of have that initial interaction that becomes
mm,
the basis for a relationship
yeah.
of
The,
varying types, then
yeah, of advice, like exchange like a 10-minute, 15-minute phone call or like three emails back and forth of like, hey, I'm really struggling here. And like you say, I think there's a solace in the fact that everyone's going through this horrible thing
yeah.
together, and